It happened at a crowded birthday party, the kind where everyone from work and mutual friends gathered in one place. The music was loud, the drinks were flowing, and laughter filled the air. I wasn't expecting drama, but my girlfriend had other plans. She stood up suddenly, tapped her glass, and announced she had something important to say. I thought it might be a toast, but her next words cut me deep in front of everyone. With a smirk, she declared that our relationship was over. She acted like it was some sort of performance, exaggerating every word to get the crowd's attention. "I can't be with someone so boring," she said, pausing for effect, making sure every ear caught her words. The people around us gasped, some laughed nervously, and a few even cheered as if it was some stage show. My chest tightened, but I forced myself not to react. She looked at me, waiting for me to argue or beg. That was her plan all along, to humiliate me, show herself as the bold one while I crumbled. But instead, I gave her a calm smile. I simply said, "If that's what you want, then I wish you all the best." My voice was steady. No anger, no visible pain. The laughter that had started slowly began to die out. People weren't getting the reaction they expected. Her confident smirk faltered. She hadn't planned for me to remain calm. She added a few more lines, mocking me, calling me a man with no spark, someone who would never be enough. But I didn't respond to insults. Instead, I stood up, adjusted my jacket, and addressed the crowd. "Well," I said evenly, "at least I no longer have to carry secrets that weren't mine to hold." The room went silent. Every pair of eyes turned toward me. She froze, her face losing its color. I had everyone's attention now, and I wasn't going to waste a moment. I looked around and said she might pretend she's leaving me first. But the truth is she's been seeing someone else behind my back for months. I stayed quiet because I thought she would change, but now I guess she's done me a favor. Gasps spread across the room like wildfire. A few people even turned to look at her, mouths open in shock. She started stammering, "That's not true." But her trembling voice betrayed her. The whispers around us grew louder. People remembering the unexplained late nights, the sudden absences, the strange excuses. I didn't need to yell. I didn't need to fight. I just calmly said, "You want an audience, so here it is. Everyone now knows what you've been hiding. And for me, I can finally walk away free." Then I picked up my glass, took one last sip, and set it down. The silence in the room was deafening. She tried to laugh it off, but no one was laughing with her anymore. The friends who had chuckled earlier now avoided her eyes. Even her closest ones shifted uncomfortably. Her plan to humiliate me had backfired completely. Instead of making me look weak, she had exposed her own betrayal. I excused myself politely and headed toward the door. People moved aside, some clapping me on the back, others whispering words of support. Not a single person followed her. She stood alone in the middle of the room, her performance destroyed by the truth she thought would never be revealed. The best part of revenge is not anger. It's silence, calmness, and timing. She gave me the stage, and I turned it against her. That night, I didn't just walk away from a relationship. I walked away with my dignity intact, and she was left in pieces. In the days that followed, the story spread quickly through our circle. Everyone knew what she had done, and the sympathy she craved never came. People stopped trusting her, and the same audience she once played to turn their backs on her. Meanwhile, I kept living my life quietly. I didn't need to prove anything to anyone. My calm response had spoken louder than any outburst could. The woman who tried to embarrass me had destroyed her own image without me lifting a finger. Sometimes revenge doesn't need shouting or fighting. Sometimes a quiet truth is sharper than any blade. She had tried to make me look small, but in the end, she stood there exposed while I walked away stronger than ever. That night taught me something valuable. Never let someone else control your reaction. My calmness was my weapon, and it was enough to silence everyone who laughed. She had wanted to see me broken, but instead, she broke herself, and the memory of her shocked face, frozen in silence while the room turned against her, will stay with me forever. That was the moment I knew. True revenge is not in anger but in calm revelation.